What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Rich Take Profit. I'm back at y'all with another video. And in today's video, we're gonna be doing something a little bit different. In today's video, I'm going to be reacting to my boy Dior Ray. I found his video last night when I was actually at work, and he said a lot of things that I resonate with and that I want to connect to myself as a trader. And I think this is something good for you guys to watch. I'm gonna leave the link below to his video down in the description, so you can go check it out for yourself. But yeah, I'll be doing some little pauses here and there. But the video will be edited, so it's not like y'all gonna be sitting through my entire breakdown. But I'm gonna make it nice, sweet, and simple for y'all. I believe this video is exactly what we need as traders to get into the framework of actually acting and believing and moving in a way like a trader should. So I got my chocolate milk right here. I'm gonna get straight into it. If y'all new to the channel, hit that like button, subscribe for more content like this, where I help traders with their psychology and mastering what it takes mentally as a trader so we can be the best traders we can be. We can be profitable in these markets. All we have to do is follow our plan, follow our system, because we already got our mind controlled and everything in order. But without further ado, let's hop straight into this reaction video.
I believe I've mastered my mind to be the best version of myself, and that led to just making as much money as possible, as well as much abundance as possible come to me and come into my life. Around 17 or 18 years old, I was already making like $100,000, or I already had $100,000 saved up in my bank account. I think around 19 years old, I moved out my parents' crib, moved to the middle of the city of Atlanta, paying like $3,000 per month in rent. At the time for me, that was pretty crazy, but I was living that. Like, I was really doing that. Now, of course, things are way more higher, but at the time, I feel like, you know, I really mastered my mind, and I feel like, I mean, I still have it right now, you know what I'm saying? Like, I still have that mindset right now at a larger scale, but I really mastered my mind at that time, and I want to bring this video to really like break it down exactly how I did this, so that you guys can implement the same exact thing into your life, or really into your mindset. You know what I'm saying? I feel like a lot of people think it's about the work that you put in, posting every day or working on this or working on that, but I truly don't think so, because I believe that there was a lot of times in this journey where things just came to me, where you could say coincidences, whatever you want to call it. Me, I like to call it God, I like to call it the divine, I like to call it the energy. You know what I'm saying? That just came to me. Things just came to me, and I would just, you know, apply the work. You know, people would just reach out to me, be like, hey, you know, I got this business idea, let's work together. Boom, we make 100K just like that. You know, it was kind of easy. You know, there's a lot of mental stress a little bit here and there. You know, there's ups and downs, but to me, it was kind of easy. You know what I'm saying? To get to this level, and I want to break that down. First things first, I want to go back to understanding just reality and how every single thing works. Everything is energy. I need people to understand that. It's not about how much work you put in, but it's about the energy that you put in that work. A lot of people have a broke mindset, or, you know, you probably don't really feel like you're worthy of, you know, making $100 million, or you probably don't feel like you're worthy of having the best body in your life, or whatever the hell it is. In order to even get there, you have to.
Bro, this is so key, bro, because literally, if you don't, as a trader, right, if you don't feel like you deserve a funded account, if you don't feel like you deserve to win a trade, will you actually have the belief in yourself and in your system to take it and not move your stop loss, not move your take profit, just enter the trade and let it be, right? But if you don't have the belief in yourself that you can actually execute a trade in a decent manner, if you don't believe that that your system is gonna get you to take profit, then what are we doing? If you don't believe first that you can be a profitable trader, you will never implement the strategies that it takes. You won't implement the discipline it takes. You won't implement the daily non-negotiables. You won't be your millionaire self if you can't even believe it in the first place. Let's keep going.
Feel that within you. Already have to feel like you have the money. You already have to feel like, you know, if you work in a job, you have to feel like you already quit that job. You already got to be mentally there, because I know all of y'all had moments in your life where you said something and it happened, right? You know, we talk a little bit about manifestation here and there. I just feel like social media and a lot of people just think manifestation is like this weird woo-woo thing, but I believe manifestation is something that we do every day. Like, I'm manifesting in this moment based on what I'm thinking. So, because let's break it down, right? When you manifest, what you're doing, you're thinking, right? Don't we think 24/7? So why the hell is it that you have to do something to manifest? Like, you're manifesting every second. If I sit here and I'm like, hey, I want to make $100,000 this month, or I am making $100,000 this month, I'm manifesting that right now. I don't need to write it down. I don't need to do all these different things. But regardless of the point, it's not necessarily how much work you put in. That's something that I've learned. It's about where you are within and how you feel about the goal that you're going towards, or how you feel about yourself in general. You know, I know a lot of y'all have goals. Let's just say your goal is to quit your 9 to 5 and make your first $10,000 per month. Yo, you have to feel like you already did that shit. You know what I'm saying? When you close your eyes, you have to already see it. You know, you can't be separate from your goals, saying, hey, I'm gonna make $100,000 by the end of the year. You can have that mindset, but to me, I feel like you're separate from it. Because why does it have to be far? Like, why does it have to be by the end of the year? You know, if you say,
Bro, it's so true. When you speak to yourself, this for all my traders, when you speak to yourself about what goals you have and when you want to reach them, the power of it is it could really be next week. It could really be next month. But if you set it so far out, like, yeah, by the end of this year, I want to blah, 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 blah. That is fine. But when you speak to yourself and you're trying to get to a certain goal faster, wouldn't it be best to just already have the idea, or at least have that feeling? Meditate and get that feeling that you have already done that goal, and then you just wake up every day acting like you've had it already, and before you know it, you just progress a bit faster. And it's not going to be something that you notice like 100%, but instead of saying by the end of this year I want to do this, let's just say you tell yourself, I already have this thing, I already have a funded account. And this was really key for me when I was actually trading pretty well, going into getting my second funded account 2 months ago. And as I'm getting these wins, as I'm actually seeing my method play out right, because I've already been putting in the work, I've already been putting in a belief in myself and my system, I already felt like I had a funded account. So I'm trading my eval like it's my funded account. And I took it serious, and that's what allowed me to stay in the game long enough to get to the funded account. Now, I didn't get to the payout part, but what do you think the next step for me is? Now it's, as I'm trading this funded account, act like I already got a payout and I'm going for my second one. Or just act like this is something I do on the routine, you know, every 2 weeks, you know, I'm going to pull out my payout here. You know what I'm saying? Make sure I do what I got to do to make sure I cut my losses. Make sure I take my winning setups. Make sure I lower risk on days I'm a bit confused or not trade at all. And then on the days where I see something very clear and it reacts, we can add a little bit extra on. Let's just stay in this little flow. Let's stay in this rhythm. Oh, all right, I got a payout coming. But in reality, you ain't never got a payout before. You just got your very first payout. So I think that's just what he's saying here is really set your mind up and keep your goals close by believing that you already have achieved them.
I've made $100,000, or yeah, I've made $100,000, or I am $100,000. You never know when that can come. To me, I feel like it can come a little quicker, just because everything is energy. We have to understand that everything is energy, and the more you tap into a specific vibration of what you want, the more or the quicker you're gonna get it, in my opinion. This is why I always say this: when you think of a car that you want, what happens? When you say, okay, I want this car right here, you start seeing the car every day, every day, every day. Why? Because you're in the frequency of that car. Now, here's the thing that people mess up at when it comes to just success and in general. A lot of people put it away from them. Oh my God, I want to make $100,000. Like, damn, bro, I just wish I could have $100,000. You're putting yourself away from it. You're saying that I wish is far. You can't grasp it. It's too far. And then we could even break down, just, I don't want to go too scientifically, but we could just break down the scientific part of what certain words and certain energy do to your body. For example, when you say, I'm nervous, your body gets in shock because your body communicates with your mind. I don't want to get too deep, but your body communicates with your mind. So when you say I'm nervous, your body is going to react to that. Or sometimes your body reacts before your mind. You know, this is when you have anxiety. It's like your body just feel weird, and then your mind just start being like, okay, what the fuck? Like, something about to happen, whoop-de-whoop. The thing is, you have to train your body and your mind. This is exactly what I did when I was 19 or 17, 18. This is exactly what I did every day. I would wake up, meditate. I would visualize myself being rich.
Add that to y'all daily routine. Meditate and visualize yourself already being that millionaire trader, doing your millionaire daily routine. I just started this morning. We finna do this every single day moving forward. Why not? What's stopping you from waking up, saying a prayer, and giving some time to yourself to meditate? Wake up a little bit earlier. If you live with people, wake up earlier and go in a place by yourself, close the door, and meditate, all right?
I have it in my journals. I wish I could. I might show you at the end of the video because my journals is downstairs. I'll show you every single thing I wrote down has happened so far. Every single thing I wrote down has happened so far. Why? Because every night, every day, I would take a 10-minute meditation, close my eyes, and I would live that reality. I would disappear from this reality. When I close my eyes, this is not real. I would live in my mind. How come when you watch a movie, you believe it's real? The mind don't know what's real and what's fake. When you watch a movie, you get scared, right? When you watch a movie, you get sad, right? Your mind don't know, hey, this is a movie. It doesn't know that. And when I say your mind, I mean your subconscious mind. It doesn't know that. That shit it just thinks it's real. You feel me? It just thinks it's real. So if you understand that, why don't you close your eyes? Why don't you take some time to go live in the reality that you actually want? And then when we break it down scientifically even more, because I like to break down scientific things and spiritual things because I feel like it's just easier to grasp. Like, I don't just want to say something, y'all just like, oh my God, that shit sound woo-woo. But, you know, I like to break it down so y'all understand. When you watch a movie and you get scared, your body reacts, right? Meaning that it don't know what's real and what's fake, right? So if you close your eyes and you start dreaming your reality, your body's gonna react to that. And this is when people get excited to go get your dream. If right now you're seeing where you're at and it's hard to get up and grind, quote unquote grind, if it's hard to get up and get to your dream, there's a separation. This is your dream, this is you. There's something about this dream in your body, in your mind, that you think there's some kind of negative energy here, right? Because if I told you right now, hey bro, let's go to the nicest restaurant right now, do you have to overthink? Do you have to, I don't know, bro, right now? No, you don't. Because there's such a happy emotion to that nice restaurant. But if you want to get to a dream, but there's no positive emotion in this dream, it's more negative, you need to analyze that dream. There's something there that.
This comes from having a fear of success. Like, this is the true fear of success for a lot of people, and this is why they never strive to achieve it. Us as traders, what's the success? Getting funded, getting payouts, being able to fund your own live account and have daily withdrawals. From the first trade you ever take in your life to the time you'll get to withdraw your own money, depending on where you are, it's going to be a long journey. It's far, yes. But once you start learning, you've learned the skill, and you've been in it for at least a year, there's no reason why it can really take that much longer unless you fear something, unless you fear something within, something in your body is not aligned with itself. How could you have any negative reaction to that positive millionaire version of yourself? It's because you know it takes a lot of work. You know it takes a lot of discipline. It takes a lot of saying no. It takes a lot of focus. It takes a lot of dedication. It takes a lot of practice. Timeless practice. Practice that you could never count the days unless you track them, how long it took you. But people don't start walking towards their goals because it's so far, and they don't even start walking. But if you were to start walking and start imagining yourself in that version, and you actually implemented the internal woman that is a successful day trader, your progress will be much faster than the person that starts, gets one negative resistance and puts themselves on pause and procrastinates, and it takes them longer to get to their goals, to get to that milestone that you may be able to reach in 2 months, but they might take them 6 months. So now you're moving 3 times faster than the average person that's learning how to day trade. Hope y'all kept that in mind. Keep it in mind, actually.
You're scared of. There's something there that's holding you back, that's pulling you back from actually going there. Because your body's like a machine. That shit gets what it wants. Your mind and your body's like a machine. Once you tell it what you want, it goes and get it. The only reason it won't is because you have some kind of separation from the goal to you. You think maybe you need to change something. You think you're not good enough. You think something like that, right? Because like I said, if I told you right now that anything you want in your life, you can get, and you felt that, I promise you, when you have a goal, you just go get it. It won't be, I don't know. You start procrastinating. I don't know. The problem is there's a separation there. So you have to become that person. You have to feel like that person. You have to feel like the best version of yourself every single day. The best version of yourself does not hesitate. The best version of yourself does not procrastinate. The best version of yourself don't feel like they cannot not do something. You know what I'm saying? The best version of yourself don't waste time on bullshit. The best version of yourself don't even talk to bullshit people. We got to start really living that life, because once you live that life, you are aligned to everything, right? You can't bullshit yourself either, man. That's one thing that I understood. I had to cut so many people off. I had to stop talking to so many people, because I understood that, hey, the version of me that I was at the time, it has this reality. It talks to these people. It goes here. It goes and eat here. It makes this amount of money. But when I cut those things off, what I did was allowed myself to become a new version of myself. Right? This is why when you change, things start falling off in your life, because it just don't align. When you start making $100,000 a month, it's hard to hang around your friend that got a 9-to-5. It's hard. Spiritually, it's hard. You can't even talk about yourself, because it's like, he gonna think I'm showing off. So you gotta be like, you start feeling like, okay, let me stop. You know what I'm saying? The only way it could work is if your friend is trying to level up too. Right? Because he's tapping in a little bit into that frequency that you're in. So you could bring him, you guys can grow together. But if your friend is just over there and he's just like, this is just his real, he don't give a fuck, or he's okay with it, this is when it's hard, right? Because one second you're up here, and then you gotta dump down when you're around this person, right? This is literally why relationships fall off as you grow. This is literally why. This is why sometimes you can't talk to the same family members.
But this video is so good for traders, man. I don't want to run through his whole video, because this man put work and time and effort into this video. But I'm going to finish off for traders what he was saying in this video. And this is just a normal video, but like, I'm just doing this for the traders to give y'all this insight from a trader's perspective. As a trader, you are like 1% of the world that's around you. So you have to surround yourself with other traders. People in your day-to-day life, people that you are friends with, people that you associate with in real life. If they're not invested in trading like you are, the separation is going to begin some way, somehow. Because there's just certain things that you have to do as a trader that the average person wouldn't understand. You have to risk money. You have to lose money. Yes, you make money, but you're in a position where you always fall off. You're in a position where you got to be locked in. So when you're taking losses and you're on your journey, you can't really let everybody tap into your journey, because they can give you beliefs about trading that completely can throw you off square, completely just throw you off track, because people don't understand the risk that comes behind. People don't understand, yes, I could be up this month, next month, and the next month I could be down. And when I'm in that down period, I really don't want to hear nothing but positive support. And if you can't give me that, I take it personal. Like, if somebody said anything negative about my trading personally, like, I never talk to that person about my journey again. They can just watch from the sideline. But people that support my journey, I'll let them in. But they'll be here watching the channel if they're true supporters, right? So it just comes to show, like, as a trader, when it comes to other people, and it comes to the separation of life, when you finally pop off with this shit, you're going to be on a different level than everybody you ever knew, right? Unless they wanted to get into trading, unless they had a business, unless they are entrepreneurial mindset, unless they absolutely hate the 9-to-5 experience, you have something there with them. But as you continue to elevate and you get to a point where you don't need a 9-to-5 and your time is free, and you're literally, there's no chains on where you could be. There's no chains on when you work, when you don't work, when you're across the country, when you're out the country. There's not going to be a lot of time for you to come back to your hometown and like just be there to spend quality time all the time. The separation will begin. So, man, that was just a quick little reaction video. I didn't want to drag it too far. I feel like this video is very, very good. We're about almost halfway through. I'm gonna put the link to my brother video down in the description. His name is Dior Ray. Y'all go check him out, man. I just came across his channel. You know, I had to leave a like, subscribe. I'm gonna put the bells on too, because I really love his content, man. But yeah, that's it for this video. Make sure if this video did you something, leave a like, subscribe to the channel for more content like this. I'm gonna keep posting videos on helping you guys be better traders and what it truly takes. But watch this video when you get some time and truly internalize what this man is saying and put it into your life and practice. But yeah, without further ado, I'm gonna catch you guys in the next video. We may have more reactions like this in the future. Y'all just let me know if y'all like it. But yeah, I'm gonna catch you guys in the next video. Put God first, keep grinding and growing, and I'll catch you guys in the next video, man. Peace.